This is a model of the Brigantine Leon. She was built in Norway in 1880 in the town of Larvik. Brigantines have two masts, the foremast, which is square-rigged, and the mainmast, which is fore-aft rigged. We know that Leon had 8 crew, that she carried both lumber and coal. We don't know if she carried other things. Most of her trips were in the North Sea, but she did make some very deep sea, long-range voyages. Leon was designed and built by Colin Archer, a well-known boat builder in Norway. His claim to fame is around some extraordinarily well-built rescue boats that affected how rescue boats were built for many years. The 6 viewing ports allow the inside of the hold to be viewed. The real ship did not have these viewing ports, of course. Now, some of the things that you can see when you look in is, for example, the mast steps that support the very bottom of the masts, the pillars that support the deck beams, the freshwater tank, the chain locker where the anchor chain is stored, and also the knee riders, which are those black, thin things. They're iron, and they help tie the whole ship together. The jibboom and the bowsprit that support the rigging at the forward end of the ship, and then the anchor deck with the capstan. The capstan is used to tighten lines, and then the midship house, which is around the foremast, is where the crew and the cooks lived. And you can see their beds, their bunks, as blue sheets. This is the main hatch. And the fife rail around the mainmast, supporting some lines. And here are the 2 horizontal spars that support the extremely large fore-aft sail that flies after the mainmast. Huge sail. And this sort of box at the end is the wheel box where the mechanisms, and you can also see the sheets for the big fore-aft sail at the very, very end of the boom.
Okay.
The windmill pump relieved the crew from having to pump the water out of the bilge. They were used extensively on Norwegian ships and possibly Scandinavian ships. We don't know how further out the usage went. Leon did not have any propellers or motors, as it would have been very unusual for a ship of her time, and particularly being wooden, to have anything other than just sails. Okay. Leon is a typical small to mid-sized cargo carrier whose claim to fame is that she was used as a prototype for a book on how to build a plank-on-frame model. As a result of the notoriety, many models have been built of Leon. But this model has some fortunate additional properties due to the fact that a fellow in Norway, Jeppe Juel Nelson, was able to locate original, for example, 1880 type documents about Leon, how she was built, and many of the new information has been implemented in the model. And this is the first model that has access to this information. So that makes it a little special. The model of Leon will reside in Larvik, Norway, with the Tollerodden Foundation, to whom we are donating the model. You may remember that Larvik is the town where the original Leon was built in 1880. The Tollerodden Foundation plans to build a Colin Archer Center to have 2 boats designed and built by him, and they can actually start their exhibit with this model of Leon. Looking in the viewing ports, under the deck beams on the far side of the ship, the diagonal hanging knees can be seen, forming sort of like arrows pointing downward. This is a very unusual arrangement, as beam ends were normally supported by one horizontal knee and one vertical knee. After 35 years, Leon's career was ended in the North Sea when serious leaks overpowered the windmill pump. A newspaper article reported that her 8 crew members were all rescued by a nearby ship. Leon was left, abandoned, and left to the elements. This picture of her is the original ship, was taken in 1912, 3 years before her demise.